Welcome back to Utopia Cafe. It's really lovely to spend some time with you in this energy for a while. I hope you found a nice place to relax, maybe a cheeky beverage that you can enjoy for a little while we share this moment together. I want to thank you for letting me sit in this energy with you and sharing this. And of course, you are the expert on yourself, and I honor and respect that. And please take whatever resonates and helps you, and absolutely discard the rest. I'm just really happy to be in this space and sharing this energy. So you were drawn to this video because it was titled A Sudden Stillness in Your Body and That Unsure Feeling. Something is settling. It's a very ambiguous thing, but if it resonated with you, there's a definite reason. And the deck that I'm using is by Colette Baron Reid and Alberto Villoldo, called The Shaman's Dream. If you would like to get if you have that oracle deck, or you might want to get that oracle deck, I have to tell you, they are wonderful. Anything by Colette Baron Reid is really, really wonderful. She is a font of information and very much respects your autonomy and the energy of the universe, and her inspiration and joy is wonderful. So if you don't know her already, absolutely have a look at her if you're wanting to collect more digital a digital community. Absolutely, I recommend her. So getting back to this energy that we're sitting in together, where you're feeling a sudden stillness in your body and that unsure feeling, and that means something is settling. And the oracle card that I pulled to reflect that was number 58, Vanishing Mirror, Ego Sublimation. So what this means from Colette is that you are at this stage where something has happened. I'm assuming that it has been a real moment of growth for you, and it may not have. You may have noticed it. It might have been quite arduous. It might have been through something really joyful and amazing. I am not sure, but there has been a moment, an epiphany almost, where you've realized, or you've stepped beyond this idea of yourself. As Colette says, your self-definition is softening, and you're moving beyond the veil to your potential. But in that potential, there's an emptiness where all things are possible. So you have gone beyond, okay, I must do this because of this. I must do this because of that. I must do this because of this. You're at this stage where none of that feels relevant anymore. And for me, it feels like they were all external things that you might have taken on. And because of your connection to your knowledge on the inside, listening to your body and those thoughts that come through when you're doing those mundane activities. And by that I mean just sweeping the floor or doing that job that you don't want to do. Your mind starts to wander, and then all of a sudden these pearls of wisdom come through, and they make you go, that's really interesting. And they create this powerful change that's gentle but still incredibly powerful nonetheless. And it just changes your perspective on things. And what's happened is that somehow, some way, through some experience, you've gone beyond those expectations, and you don't own them anymore. You don't own them as tight, but in that there is this calm, but you're going, I don't have all these things that I need to live up to anymore. All these rules, and in it there is a feeling of, well, what do I do now? It doesn't feel as sure. It doesn't feel as familiar as what it was. And just because it's unfamiliar doesn't mean that it's... Don't be in a hurry to search for familiar again, because clearly you have wisdom. Clearly you have resources. Clearly you think back every time that there's been a problem, you've also found the solution to it. And that's life, isn't it? But there is that. Just notice your track record of whenever there's a problem, you've always found a solution to it. And just look back and look at your resilience. So you don't need to find that familiarity, that comfort so quickly. That unsure feeling is also a blank canvas. Maybe it could be looked at in that way. Maybe you could look at it as a journey, and everything that you might need, you might not have planned for in advance, but you know that you have all the resources you need to get what you need should it arise. And there before you lies an adventure, and it is an internal adventure that you get to explore however quickly or however slowly you would like. What would you like? What possibilities could you imagine for yourself? If you didn't have to worry about anything, you could ask yourself, what would it be like if I had nothing to worry about? And let your imagination go. You're clearly allowing your inner knowledge to come to the fore, and just let your thoughts drift and travel and see what pops up for you. Lots of it, whether you live out lots of it or not, it doesn't matter. It's just the process of letting those ideas flow. You could set a timer for 5 minutes if you didn't want to do it all the time. You get to choose what it is. The other beautiful thing about it is that in this space, you're also allowing you to co-create, so that you're allowing surprises and you're opening yourself up to the abundance that's available to everybody. And it's just that state where there is no expectation of what it needs to look like, but just that clear knowing that you feel inside your body that tells you that there is an abundance available to everybody, and that includes you, and that includes me as well. And that is a gift. And you might catch it, or you might catch it in hindsight. It doesn't matter. But that's the adventure that we get to live. And I hope this information, or some of this information, was supportive to you and helped you realize how magnificent you really are, and remind you that you're magnificent, and it gave you some sort of peace. As I said, please just take what resonates and throw away the rest. It's been an absolute joy to sit with you in this space. I wish you the very best, and I look forward to seeing you in the cafe again.